Hello, Aries. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general read from who I've been dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel at Balthany3 Tarot Pages Review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Hmm. Huh. Okay. Um. What is that called? Aries. Interesting energy, by the way, today. What I'm kind of feeling from this. All right. Just jumping into this right away. Once again, just to kind of call out the obvious, there's a Seven of Swords immediately, Aries. So, how strategic are they being? How sneaky or shady are they being? I don't know yet. We'll kind of see as this progresses, kind of like, let's just say, if they get themselves into some trouble or not. But the original message that comes to mind about this is the higher you climb, the steeper it becomes. And I also was kind of seeing this visualization of what's called a widowmaker, um, motocross bikes. They usually have the extended rear axle in the back, and they have these spikes or these nails or these paddle tires. And what happens is they go what they shoot as fast as they can, and then they climb up this hill. And the higher they climb up this hill, the steeper the hill becomes before it kind of comes up like that. It's a curve. Um, that's sort of what I'm looking at. The problem with whatever this energy is that they're in and dealing with, they're saying they're reaching some sort of peak. I don't know if they're emphasizing like so-called pinnacle. I don't feel like they've reached a pinnacle. They're kind of just saying like if they were kind of like look at this as a graph or a bar, they've reached some sort of high point on that graph or analytics and statistics, if you want to refer to it that way, that they are trying to reach some sort of new height. And that Seven of Swords is because of that new height. I just heard the message of fly like an eagle, huh? Fly like an eagle. Soar like an eagle. That's what they're wanting to do here. That's what they're wanting to do. So whatever this peak is of this new challenge, they feel like they've reached the top of a mountain, but as they look out over the horizon, they're seeing an even higher, taller, bigger mountain that they're trying to climb, and they're trying to reach some sort of new peak. What I don't understand though is why are they still thinking about it being a seagull? And that's where I'm kind of like, is this like a seagull posing as an eagle? Because for some reason that Seven of Swords is between the two of you. This is like them trying to convince you, oh no, I'm up there, right there with you, Aries. I'm a, I'm an eagle. It's like then the seagull's like, well, then what the fuck are you doing down here? I saw this before. I saw this energy with it was within the week or maybe last week with Sagittarius and who they were asking about or dealing with. I mean, I believe it was like within the week. I saw this exact same energy. The difference between eagles and seagulls. Seagulls will fly around in flocks, in groups, kind of like a school of fish. Eagles, they'll find their mate. Not even that. Eagles will just be out there solo, doing their own thing on their own journey. And then if they're lucky, they'll come across a mate. But at least they're kind of like out doing their thing in their natural environment to where another eagle will be in that place. They'll just naturally find each other and gravitate towards each other. Seagulls, they just kind of travel in circles and travel in groups all the time. They're not really looking for, it's like, what else would they be looking for? They have everything and everyone around them all the time. So it's like, why would they progress in a sense when it comes to height? Why would they seek out higher ground if all their friends are around? I don't know why they're emphasizing like birds of a feather here, Aries. They're clearly, they're clearly circling around you, and I'm going to try and be nice about this one. They're circling around you, Aries, because it's like, hey, squawk, squawk, throw me a French fry. Throw me a French fry. Maybe just kind of like throw me a small fry. What are those other ones? The makes me think of like sea eagles. Those things are so awesome. How wide their wingspan is. Sea eagles. They're the ones that are out there in the ocean. They fly super high, usually by like a cliffside. But they keep their eye out for fish down below, and they'll swoop down and they'll grab this huge ass fish with its talons and then fly back up to its nest high in the mountains. Those things are so cool. Sea eagles. There's also vultures, which is another eagle. They'll look for scraps. They'll look for leftovers. Hmm. Oh, look at this. Interesting, Crosswatcher. There's that Three of Swords. You're getting a glimpse. It's fascinating what they're showing me about this, Aries. They're getting a glimpse. They're like, "Oh fuck, that's actually something you want." There's that yearning. Like I said, there's that search. There's that yearning for like, "Fuck, where's my other half?" Oh, look at this. Crosswatcher. The problem with that is they're not your other half. If you're looking for your other half, that means you're not whole yourself. You don't feel complete. You don't feel full circle complete. You feel like half, kind of like yin and yang. You feel like something's missing. Um, no shit. This idea of their other half is actually like, it's hitting home for them. That's the possibilities. An eagle or a seagull that dreams to be an eagle one day. Like maybe if I can just kind of, get further off the ground to maybe soar high up there with them. Huh. You got to stop thinking like a seagull. There's the Ace of Swords. I mean, that's a hawk, not an eagle. It's a hawk. But damn, those things fly. And, they fly super quick. Like what? Up to 200 miles an hour. Like holy shit. Um, quick, quick. Think quick. Not too sure what this is. It feels like they're working on wing strength. That means they're being tested and they're going through tribulations of storms and winds and gusts. Interesting. It almost feels like the journey. Are they an eagle in the making? I don't know. They do kind of show me, like I said, seagull mentality. And I'm not trying to be mean about this one. It's just they're having realization of like, do you got what it takes? Do you have the heart? Do you have the guts? Because you also can't, play yourself and pretend. You need to kind of have like a long look in the mirror and realize like who you are and what you're all about. We're all humans. We're not eagles or animals. That's the beauty of humans, to rise above the animal nature. Hmm. I kind of feel like they're learning about their own nature. They're learning about their own nature. Um, I forget. Is it the male or the female? Which one? Or I'm not sure. I'll have to research this. Is it the male eagle or the seagull? Or, interesting. Here we go. The back and forth again. Is it the male eagle or is it the female eagle that creates the nest first, or do they do it together once they find each other? I forget how that goes. I think it's, or do they do it on their own? I forget. It's actually pretty cool. Sometimes you can see the on YouTube the live stream section. I think it's like the eagle nest in Big Bear. There's the world, Aries. Um, okay. What is that? It's a passerby. Energetically speaking, it's a passerby. I don't know why they were kind of circling you, Aries. Um, but very quickly it flashed through their mind's eye, and they're like, "Damn, the possibilities and potential." It's just for some reason they are realizing like, "Shit." Yeah, I don't know why it's like they just keep on flying, kind of like Leonard Skinner Freebird, and this bird you'll never change. The lyrics, but they're having that real, geez Louise, they're having that realization, um, that yearning. It's kind of messing with them. It's kind of fucking with them a little bit. That yearning, but they're like, um, maybe not. With that world card, they're like, maybe I'll just drop it. Maybe I'll just let it go. That's interesting. They're tired. They're tired. But at the same time, Crosswatcher, um, you're a little distracted. You're a little, and that's what I'm talking about, the seagull mentality. You're a little distracted. You think the eagle flies up in the heights, worried about where its mate is? It's like, yes, when you find them, great. At the same time, it's like if you're an eagle, worried about where your mate is, worried about where your mate is, worried about where your mate is, you're not an eagle. You're a seagull. That's that pack mentality. That's that group mentality. Everyone, socialize, 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 socialize. Eagles aren't fucking socializing. Eagles are very hard to fucking reach. They're a recluse. That's why when they find their mate, off the map. They can't be reached by anything and anyone. They like it that way. That's the difference. Interesting. You hunt to survive. You don't hunt for a mate. That's the difference. There's the devil. So the world comes out. Door closed, forget about it. The devil comes out. That's that pride fucking with you. That's that pride fucking with you. And that's what I'm talking about. It's that energy of like you don't feel whole, you don't feel complete. There's that Five of Swords, and you know it. I don't know why you crosswatcher. I don't know why you fight. I don't know why you resist. Like maybe you'll actually like understand with the Hierophant on top of the deck. Maybe you'll understand like what I'm actually saying and stop fucking fighting it. That's crazy. It's your pride fucking with you. Once again, you think an eagle gives a fuck? No. Oh, let me give the group the middle finger. I'm not going to join you. I'm not going to swoop down to your level. I'm going to rise above the storm. I'm going to go do my own thing. I'm going to go out there and be a lone wolf and say, fuck society. That's the eagle mentality. It's crazy. It makes me think of what are those other birds too? Sometimes you'll see them over in Africa. They'll attack like a giant cat. Like the nerve on those eagles, those birds. Like, oh, that looks tasty. Let me go after that cheetah. Let me go after that. I don't know, something. Let me go after that mountain lion because I'm fucking hungry. Birds, birds. You can learn a lot from nature. You can also learn a lot from your own nature. Rise above that animal instinct. They know it. They still yearn for it, and that's that gaping hole in them that they're kind of like trying to fill right now. Unfortunately, Aries, and it does make sense. You know, everyone needs some loving, but the problem with how you go about getting it or finding it, it creates toxicity. That's that toxicity talking. I need my other half. I need to find it. I yearn. I crave it. It's like, what are you running from? What is that emotion or that feeling? What's missing in you that you're running from and trying to fill or find in another? Right there's the answer, Crosswatcher. What's missing? Bye.